Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 43 of the All Things Nerdy podcast. We're here today joined by Angel, aka Gabe the Deadfish, John, aka Blind Tech, and myself, Jason, aka Samaroni. And I have been looking forward for this collaboration, but we are collabing with Demon Lord Tank for episode 43.
What's up, people? How's it going?
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell just by the smile on my face that I have been looking forward for this collab.
It's a pleasure to be here, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been curious since we first met, but how did you come up with the name Demon Lord Tank?
So, the origins of my Twitch tag, gamer tag, and stuff like that is a huge thing. It started out as SIR Lord Tank out of respect for my old Halo clan. Because I used to do competitive Halo and all that stuff. I'm not going to mention my old gamer tag because I want to leave that part of me behind me. I was actually a top rank Halo player for a long time. I played competitively for Halo 3, 4, and 5. I was always in the top 100s, if not the top 10. I won cash prizes, trucks, and all that stuff. For the demon part of it, one of my best friends, John IRL, he was a spiritual Satanist. He sadly passed away in 2023. So I opted to change my tag to Demon Lord Tank out of respect for him and the fact I'm a fucking weeb.
Yeah, yeah, I'm also a weeb if that helps. Which if you look at my background, I don't have much anime stuff to show.
Although, you do make me proud with that beautiful, beautiful Elder Scrolls V Skyrim poster I see in the very, very background of your wall.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's a pink light which I have which my lamp can change colors if I want it to. And it's controlled with a Google Nest. I need to turn down my mic a smidge. And I'm using my headphone mic because of the fact that one of my family friends is here, which I will not say their name for privacy reasons. I don't want their voice or my family members' voices being accidentally picked up.
Understandable.
Yep. And you want to know something funny? Yeah. And to put this into perspective, today is July 21st at the time of recording, and this came out August 17th. Yep. We only showed the time, we didn't show the date, which, speaking of that, it's gonna look backwards on my end because of camera verifications. July 21st at the time of recording.
Yep.
And before we get into any further details and fun shenanigans on the podcast, I want to take this opportunity to say that at the time this episode is out is my 22nd birthday. So happy birthday to future me if you're watching this.
Happy birthday to future Oni.
Happy birthday to future Day.
Yep. Happy birthday to future Jason.
Yep. Alright, now I could switch mics because of the fact that I am not worried about having unwanted voices being picked up on the mic.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Alright,
I don't even
I
know.
muted myself by accident, but
Good
this
job.
is bad professional now.
I don't even know how many times my siblings just came into my room earlier while we're waiting. Like, I think 6 times, 8 times.
Yeah. And to be 100... And as for how Demon and I met, do you want to tell the story or can I talk?
Go ahead.
Alright, so this was back from Cinco de Mayo, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was around Cinco de Mayo from when my PC got fixed. I was hanging out with him and Eggy, which we invited Eggy to episode 31, which was originally going to be with Sino at the time, which, long story short, we wanted to give Sino time to recover from a family loss at the time we invited Eggy to an episode of the podcast. We were just hanging out in the VC. I was getting a chance to know Demon, And from when we were talking about content creator stuff and other things that we do along the side, I introduced Cyborg Assassin 1 to both Eggy and Demon, and the instructive criticism that he gave on the pacing for Cyborg Assassin 1 helped me out, because I figured, you know what? If I get into more details on how the story is going down, I'm sure that's going to help out the pacing for Cyborg Assassin 2 Project Resurrection. And it is. And behind the scenes, I am in the work in progress on working on Investigator's Revenge, which would be my first horror story. And what I mean by that is that if you think about it, Paranormal Slayer is technically my first because mythology horror. And if you don't consider mythology, if you don't consider folklore horror as full-on horror, then then it would then Investigator's Revenge would be the first horror story, especially given the fact that it would be the idea of balancing out supernatural and slashers. And the question that I've been asking people is, has the idea of ghost investigations and slashers being the same story happened before? And they said not that they know of. And I was like, you know what? If it hasn't happened, I'm going to be the first, let alone with the books. And October 25th is the planned release date, which all that I will say is when it comes to the gore factor, it's going to have Terrifier inspired kills. So it's going to be fucked up on the gore factor. Which y'all have been silent, which I have a good guess on to why. You were wanting to hear me out while I was speaking my thoughts.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
yeah,
Well, not really.
because I don't have anything to say about it other than other than me hearing what you're saying about what you're saying.
Yeah. And when it comes to things that we're pretty much and when it comes to other techniques that we have outside of being content creators, I'm a writer, John has a PC building business. Angel is the co-founder of Steelfish Studios, so that means he's a game developer, and this man plays music.
Well, outside of streaming, I'm a welder. I just enjoy making music.
Yeah. Yeah, and to be 100% honest, for when music is made for Mindstorm Creations Media, I do want to make a soundtrack for Cyborg Assassin that's inspired by The Shadow of St. Nicholas, which is from Killing Floor 2, but have it to where it's a... How
Hang on,
can I word
I'll be back.
this? A
I'll be right back.
cyberpunk-styled orchestra is the best way I can describe it. John dipped. Never mind, no, he did not.
I was just grabbing my iPad.
That explains. Yeah. I honestly... Yeah, what are some stuff that you guys want to talk about before we get into the life story stuff? Because from when Demon mentioned that he's a weeb, I did show him my anime list from when he and I first met, and I showed Angel twice because the first time was in person and the second time was from when I sent the link to him because I didn't remember showing it to him at the time.
I think I still have that link.
Yeah, you do. Oh,
Yeah.
damn, that is... I forgot that my phone was this loud.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Insidious Out of the Further is going to be in theaters next month. Which, it's going to be later this month at the time this episode is out. And also, at the time of recording this podcast episode, Halloween Horror Nights confirmed a few hours ago that Evil Dead Burn is coming to this year's event. Which
Mhm.
I'm not which I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy for the Evil Dead fans that were getting Evil Dead Burn at the event, given the fact that I've been hearing a lot of good things about the Evil Dead Burn movie. Which I'm gonna need to get caught up on the rest of the franchise so that I know what goes on, because if I know correctly, it goes Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, the 2013 Evil Dead, Ash vs. Evil Dead, and then Evil Dead Rise, and then Evil Dead Burn.
But if you want me to, before you move on to the next section, I can play a little bit of a teaser or something I'm working on.
Do it.
Let's see, where the hell is it? Here it is.
Oh, I heard a little glimpse.
Yeah,
Well, that
yeah,
sucks. Discord won't pick it up.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
told
does.
you guys I have two at the right one is called Ghost, and then the left one is called Reaper.
Yeah, you remember? Yeah, I remember from a few episodes ago. I want to say it was from episode 40, if I remember correctly. But he did draw out a little plug for his PC business. Which, speaking of plugs, if you guys want to get yourself some snacks, make sure you use code AllThingsNE28263 to get yourself 10% off at SpecSunflowerSeeds.com. You don't have to say it out loud if you still have the photo.
Oh yeah, let me. Yeah, I think I have it somewhere on my iPad. Like if not, I can still try it.
Yeah, it's a good thing that I gave a reminder as a just in case. And when it comes to Steelfish Studios, I'm excited for the merch collab for New Year's 2027. And we have the next 3 years figured out when it comes to merch plans for the Buddy Strip Market. It's just more so of we're working on design ideas. Which the only drop that we haven't made a design for yet. Alright, I'm gonna play this on my phone.
There, I just sent it to the Discord chat for this.
Yeah, we got 13 seconds of a teaser, which so far he's been kicking ass with the riffs.
Like, most people don't know it. Like, people have yelled at me before. My intro for my stream is actively me, guitar, with me actually doing some vocals in it.
Yeah, I honestly am not 100% sure if I would want to do vocals for if I was to make soundtracks for Mindstorm Creations media projects. Which, speaking of that, when it comes to other Mirrorgate Universe projects, B Major and are talking about the idea of working on Disc Fighter collaboratively, and we also put the World's Brawl series on hold, which it would just be the story modes that we would work on, given the fact that for when it becomes an adaptation, it could be an actual fighting game, and the story mode could be an adaptation to the story that we make online books of, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and when it comes to the super move ideas I've been going for the characters, I would go for a NetherRealm Studios inspired approach, like Mortal Kombat or Injustice. There it is. Yeah, I didn't have to say it, and I just knew. And anyways, as I was saying, when it comes to the world's Brawl Supers, when it comes to ideas, I've been thinking of ideas based on for like a Mortal Kombat or Injustice inspired approach, and there's a three act, and they're each a three action one. To where they're like, how do you begin the super? What is the middle, and what is the climax of the super? And depending, and there could also be some special things go on depending on who the character is fighting, as well as how the end of the round goes. Man, I hate this chair because it's making me look small because of the fact that the riser thing has not been doing so well, given how old it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard you
it's
saying
tiny.
I heard you saying about the chair keeps going down or something like that.
Yeah. Which, if I was using one of my older ones that's still in a good state, that would have been a whole different story. Just saying.
Mhm.
And when it comes to the life story stuff, I lost count on how many times I said this, but I do want to share my life story in a different podcast at some point. It's just I'm not 100% sure which podcast, so I know that that time will come eventually if someone would want to invite me to their podcast for that opportunity.
Mhm.
Yeah, all I saw was a keyboard.
Oh yeah, I was moving back, my camera fell.
That explains.
Are you using a webcam on your PC or your laptop?
Oh, my laptop.
Mhm.
Yeah, I if I was to have a yeah, at some point I do want to do a dual PC setup to where I have one PC for streaming and one for gaming, which yes, I know it is a lot, but I think it's an idea that could help out 100%.
It's unnecessary, but I see what you're thinking. Where let's say if your gaming PC decides to crash, the stream does not crash.
Yeah, which that's a and having a laptop as a backup computer I think would be a good idea.
Yeah,
Eh, Like, let's say, for example, if I was to have a laptop for making art or editing videos, and then clean up memory space so that I don't need to worry about it too much. Which I honestly think that would be a good idea.
yeah. I have a laptop right now, and I'm using my MacBook Pro. My MacBook Air. I meant to say M1.
Yeah, yeah, and when it
Okay,
comes to upgrades that I do want to get for my setup at some point, I am considering the idea of getting a 15.6-inch TV. That's $200 at full price, which that's honestly a good price coming to think about it, especially given the fact that it could be used as a monitor and at the same time I could play console games on my desk if I absolutely wanted to instead of having to pretty much just chill on a couch and worry about
Yep,
that type of stuff. But you get what I'm
yep.
trying to say. Anyways, when it comes to the life story stuff, when you're ready, we are all ears.
Awesome. So, as I mentioned earlier, for me, outside of streaming and stuff like that, I'm a welder. I've been doing it since I was 18. My original plan was to actually go into military, and if that actually would have worked out, could have been gone a lot differently. But for streaming and stuff like that, I kind of just started it back in 24. Like, actually started doing like the VTubing and stuff like that. It's kind of like a fun thing. Like, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. And then my shit started to slowly blow up, and I was affiliate barely a couple months later with over 100 followers right off the bat. I was like, holy shit! And next thing you know, so many amazing communities have reached out to me and wanted me to come join and hang out, and I've joined many people now. I've met quite a few cool people. But now I'm getting to the point where I can consider partner an actual goal on Twitch. It's kind of weird to think about. But Outside of streaming, yeah, I work a full-time job. I've got a family and all that stuff. But it's become a really fun thing, and it's a good stress relief. And if you have any questions,
Yep.
go ahead and ask.
Yeah,
Eh,
yeah, I remember that exact. Yeah, I remember the motorcycle stories, be- and I feel like that they're podcast worthy. Thinking about it,
Like, which ones? Because I've done quite a
the
bit of stupid shit.
the pr- yeah, the prank one that you told me about, and also from I say leave out the gory details from when you were injured if you tell
Oh,
the story.
the chicken costume. I will leave the gory ones out. I will just say the like split end of it. Long story short, Halloween 2020. I would decided to wear a chicken costume on my motorcycle, which is a heavily modified V-Star. I stopped for a train, and V-Star decided to backfire and lit the chicken costume on fire.
How did
Luckily, there was a guy there with a fire extinguisher to put my ass out, which was honestly one of the funniest but most painful things I've experienced. And after a hospital trip, I swore never to wear a chicken costume on a motorcycle again.
that
And I
is a
still
valuable lesson.
Yep.
Yeah, I still have the chicken costume though. It's singed, but I still have them. I still have the chicken costume. It hangs in my laundry room as a badge of honor, saying I did not die from that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you survived that because I have one burn scar which is on my right pointer, which it's easier to see it in person, which back from when I was co-parented, I was a dumbass at the time because I put burning plastic on a stick and I had a small bit of it get into my finger to the point where it burned some skin tissue.
Yeah, that's always fun. It's always the smaller ones that hurt the worst. In my case, I've got burn scars all across my leg from when they did the skin grafts and stuff like that. It's actually kind of badass, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I go to the pool and people stare.
Yeah, and as for the prank one, if I remember correctly, there was no space in the parking lot at the time you took your
Oh, my
motorcycle to the
senior
store.
prank one.
Yeah.
Okay. So for my senior prank, me and like, let's see, we did 2 senior pranks because we were kind of self-righteous dicks in our class. The first prank was us parking my motorcycle in the gym, and we managed to sneak it through the front door of the high school with the help of a janitor. And when I was in second period, which is German, I took German just out of spite because I only needed one extracurricular to graduate. And for the record, I got bored in that class and learned Dovizul from Skyrim. Uh, Fucking principal called me down and he was like, just follow me. I was like, okay. Knowing what the discussion's gonna be about, he led me to the gym, pointed at the bike and said, what is this? I was like, oh, I couldn't find a parking place, man. The parking lot was full. And he was like, can you just get it out of here? I was like, yeah, I could do that. And I walked up to it, stood it up. I was like, hey, can I ride this out of here? It's really heavy. He was like, yeah, sure. What happens, question for you guys, what happens when you have a heavily modified motorcycle that is meant for racing startup in a gym?
Yeah.
It's very loud.
Yeah.
Uh,
I bet you
to
it
use
would
an
be hella
example,
loud and
that
stuff.
bike registered outside at 115 decibels. Think of what it sounds like in a gym.
Yeah, the motors would be echoing in that gym.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no, it was pretty nasty. I had a migraine for 2 days. No, it was the best experience ever. And second prank was a burnout competition in the high school parking lot. About 40 cars got involved, including my bike and my truck. We're all involved with that too. I had my buddy drive my truck, and I almost got expelled on the last day of my senior year because I was the one who organized it.
That's wild, bro. You were a prankster back in high school.
damn.
I can't keep up with my mom's class. I still have the picture of it with her stuff. They managed to get their principal's car on the roof of the high school. Don't know how they did it, but they got the car on the roof.
Yeah, that's impressive on how you can get a car on the roof like that. Which I
Well,
would
I'm
just
in a
say
farming town.
build a parking garage at that point for schools. That way there's more space.
Like, I'm in a farm town of like 30,000 people. So the high school, like my graduating class is like 100.
Yeah, that's insane. I went to a private school and there was 12 seniors at the time I was in my senior year, including myself, and I graduated in the class of 2022. And here I am now, 4 years later, being a multi streamer, and
Mm.
usually I'm also a writer in the as well, and here I am being a host of a podcast,
Mhm.
which next time January 31st comes around, it would make it the third anniversary, which, and a few weeks ago, which is last month at the time this episode comes out, was the fourth anniversary of the Buddies. Which, speaking of that, for those who bought merch, regardless of whose side it was on, thank you for buying merch. It was very much appreciated. And it was a fun time celebrating 4 years of the Buddies.
You said you
And
graduated 22?
yeah.
That means you're only a year younger than me. That's kind of interesting.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 23.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not 22 yet, but I will be soon, which I am 22 at the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, that means you're only a year younger than me. Except for I graduated early. I graduated in 2020.
Yeah. And one thing,
I will admit, me being a dick in school, I was still a book nerd, and I still graduated with 4.0 GPA, my degree, and graduated early.
yeah, and you want to know, and whenever people say that I'm a baby, I say that I am not a baby. Which, age-wise, if they're in their 40s, then technically, but at the same time, no. And if they're in their 30s, then I am not a baby compared to them.
Yeah, yeah, I hate when people do that. That's happened to me before. Like I used to get called a baby, like people were like 3 years older than me. Like just because like I'm in young adult age and they're no longer in young adult age.
Yeah, John
It's
and I
like,
are both the same age, except the thing about it is that he's 3 months older than me.
Yep.
oh,
Like, it's honestly kind of funny. Like, Oni knows how big I am IRL. It's always funny when an older guy calls me a baby when I'm standing like a foot taller than him.
Damn.
That's true.
Because
they,
I stand at a very good height of 6'4", and I'm like 260 pounds.
Yeah, I'm yeah, I'm 5'8" or 5'9" when it comes to my height.
Like, that still means
Me,
I'm
I'm
almost a foot taller than you.
I'm 6'1", and I don't really show my weight in the internet. So
Yeah, despite the fact that John and I are the same age, he's taller than me.
yep.
Yeah, genetics be wild. Like, it's funny because my height is actually the opposite of my mother's. She's 4'6".
Yeah,
Damn.
So whenever I walk with her, it's always interesting because she comes down to like my low chest and height.
yeah. Yeah, if we're going to talk about heights, my mom's height is 5'1". I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get into any further details.
No, that's understandable. My mom's actually accepted her height, and she accepts all the short jokes I do. Hell, her name on my like messenger, whenever she calls me, is Pinky Thy Dwarf. Her and
Yeah,
her actual phone number is Mama Dwarf.
yeah, yeah, on Disc, yeah, if any of my if my mom or stepdad was to tune into my streams, if they end up choosing to, my mom's nickname for me is Mama Oni, and my stepdad's nickname is Papa Oni.
Yeah,
Hmm.
my mom actually pops into my streams every once in a while. She comments and everything. Her thing is Dashy, actually, a Dash and Nerd. And
My
Flaming
parents,
Razor actually
my
both
parents,
flipped out.
My
Yeah.
parents don't go.
Speaking of Dashi, I do want to invite her to an episode of the podcast at some point when she's not too busy with her streams. Same case with Copy, it's just more so of when is the real question.
Yeah, because they're busy.
Mhm.
Again, but no, mom actually comments on my streams. Her Twitch tag is actually Mama Demon Lord.
My parents doesn't really. My parents doesn't really watch my videos that much
Yeah, I'm pretty
because
sure. I'm pretty sure
consider
that they might watch Buddy's videos or listen to the podcast, but we'll never know. It's just a possibility. Why did I think of that one picture of Demon, bro?
Wait, which one?
The one where it looked like you were kissing a lizard.
Oh, the lizard pic? Yeah, no, that's funny as fuck.
Yeah, because of the angle it made it looked like that you were making out with a lizard.
Yeah, blame Spawny for that. I think he was drunk that night.
Yeah, yeah, last time I had alcohol was 3 days ago from when we had charcuterie, which it was peach wine. So I'm saving the idea of having alcohol for my birthday. Especially for if, let's say, for example, for August 18th, because of the fact that I am considering the idea of doing a Fall Guys community night on that day.
Mhm.
Hey, that actually sounds like fun. I haven't played Fall Guys in a bit.
Yeah, and next Tuesday is when we're doing a Golf with Your Friends community night, and like what I said in the beginning, we're recording this July 21st, so next Tuesday at the time of recording, just to clarify. And this man has been in a yeah, how can I describe this? Yeah, there's a good chunk of content creator groups that he's a part of, which I met him in the Barnyard community, which is which is the same case with Eggy. And rather,
I've met some pretty cool people through Barnyard. Oni
yeah,
included.
I'm gonna fill up my water bag. I'll be back.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, to be 100% honest, when it comes to the idea of being a part of content creator groups, I'm happy with sticking with the buddies. But if other groups would end up wanting to invite me for a collab, I'd 100% be down. It's just the matter of who is a part of the group is the real question. Because I because starting unwanted drama is the last thing that I want.
Yeah, no, 100% agreed. There you guys go.
Yeah, I'm taking the beanie off. But oh my god. He, po- he posted the picture in the chat. Yeah,
Yep,
for
no,
those who's
I
watching the
delved into
video,
Spawny's.
this is the photo that I'm referring to. It looks ridiculous.
I think we were playing that Cat Magician game when we did that.
Yeah, the cat magician. Yeah, I honestly do want to play that at some point because
Oh,
that
it's
looks like a
hilarious.
yeah, the game looks fun. I ain't gonna lie. Same
We
case
played
with
it during
Yap
the
Yap.
beta. We played it during the beta, and it was so much fun.
I'm pretty sure it's
Meow
out.
Magicians, that's the name. Meow Magicians. It was such a chaotic fun. Even though the dick known as Spawny VT made me kiss a fucking lizard.
Yeah, my my brain just went burr.
That's my brain constantly
Yeah,
nowadays.
yeah. I know that we. Yeah, I know that we got the. I don't. Yeah, I'm honestly not 100% sure if we missed the life story part, which we got that before in how we started. It's just more so of I'm not 100% sure if we got the my achieved milestones and how it's changed our life part out of the way yet.
Don't know if we did or not. My brain limber.
I'm back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
Yeah, I know that we got the before life before being a content creator and how we started part. It's just more so of the milestone achievements and the how it's changed our lives part that we didn't get.
Okay, so the milestones I've reached, I've surpassed 1,000 followers on Twitch, surpassed 3,000 on TikTok. Uh, and how it's changed it. It's given me a little bit of advice to where I don't do stupid shit, and not the kind of stupid shit you're probably thinking. I mean actual stupid shit, like fucking. For instance, I only seen the picture of it fucking building a custom wheelchair to be towed behind a vehicle.
Yeah, I'm still here. It's just I'm putting on deodorant real quick.
Oh, you don't want to see the nips?
I am not showing my nipples on YouTube, bro. Yeah, you are. Yeah, yeah. If y'all are wanting to see nipples, you are on the wrong platform.
Yep.
Wait, Oni has an OnlyFans confirmed.
I was making a joke. I don't actually have an OnlyFans or a Fansly. But if I did, then I would probably use it to play not safe for work games.
Oh, I'd play if I did it that way. I'd play Class of a Night on there. That really fucked up game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Imagine me playing Honey Pop on Fansly. I'd 100% do that.
Nah, I just play all the really fucked up humor games that no one likes on Twitch. But as I was saying though, the things that changed my life, it gave me something to do that isn't like absolutely fucking stupid. Like as said, towing a custom wheelchair behind a vehicle. It allows me to still play games and share what I love playing with everyone else too. Instead of just being kind of like a cooped in, like, I'm just gonna yell at the lady and go, oh, hey, bitch, I'm playing the game. Okay. Now I can actually fucking play it for people and play with and meet new people along the way.
Yeah. And from when you mentioned Spawny, from when I first met him, if I remember correctly, it was either through Cherry Rose, who's now known as I Bamblified, or it was from when he was hanging out with two other friends of mine, Sparkles It and Sophixia. Sophie to make things easier for people. Which, speaking of, I do want to invite Sparkles and Sophie to a podcast episode at some point. It's just more so of I'm not 100% sure about Sophie, given the fact that she doesn't do collabs. Which, speaking of collabs, I am not 100% sure what the next couple of months is going to look like for me when it comes to the idea of collaborating with other content creators, which Lockdown Protocol, and Mecha Chameleon are some games that I do want to play with other content creators at some point. Same case with Among Us. It's just more so of who would be down to play is the real question. Because the way that I approach the idea of playing Among Us is that if there are 6 people, then we would play hide and seek mode, and if there's 7, then we would play classic Among Us. Which it's the same case for when I host community nights.
By the way, Oni, I remembered this. For reference on my height, I don't know if people actually have seen this picture. That's me.
The
I fucking hate this
silence, bro.
I fucking hate this picture, but I love it so much.
Oh,
Oh man. Yeah, he's flipping us off. Yeah, fuck you too, buddy.
No, that's
Oh
honestly one
wait,
of the
he's a.
funniest.
Oh wait, I could do the bit. He's on top of me on my end. Hey, demon, fuck you.
Yeah, but for like with the content creating stuff, I never expected it to go the way it did. Like have people bully me into doing random shit, like put a bikini on her or some shit. It never really got me to the point of like thinking about that stuff, but now it's to the point where I'm doing just weird shit on stream and people just like it. Like Trap Card for an example, or Dickhead the Demon Assistant, the whacked out AI that everyone hates but somehow loves.
Yeah, there's a love-hate relationship with the chat bot, which when horror games are mentioned, it would call me a scaredy cat, and I was like, wow, I see how it is.
Yeah, no, he would have actually called you worse, but he's on a leash. Trust on that. Yeah, he said some pretty fucked up shit on the offline chat. Sadly, that bot has been trained on a bunch of degenerate Twitch chatters who like to say mean things. And guess what? Lo and behold, Dickhead the Demon Assistant, and he's kind of an asshole.
Wild.
But we all love him and hate him at the same time. As you said, it's a love-hate relationship.
What do you mean by mouser? Yeah, yeah, from when I heard the word mousy, I was like, wait, who do you mean by mousy? Because yeah, whenever I think of the name Mousy, the first thing that I think of is one of my family members on my mom's side, which I'm not going to say their name for privacy reasons. Which, speaking of, you know who you are if you're watching this. That's all I'm going to say.
It's been a fun journey. I've gotten to meet some cool people. And
Me
it's
too.
definitely made my mood a lot better because I've seen some shit.
Yeah, and this is also not his first time doing a podcast because he has his own podcast on his streams called Game Verdict.
Yeah, no, I joined up with Mishu and Pyro Studios. We need to do another one of those here soon. I need to message them. Thank you for reminding me. I'll remember that tomorrow.
Anytime. And when it comes to horror, and from when horror movies were mentioned, horror movies that I've seen is Trick or Treat, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Freddy vs. Jason, Krampus, It, Scream, Beetlejuice, Goosebumps, Fear Street, Ready or Not, The Purge, My Bloody Valentine, Evil Dead, A Quiet Place, 28 Days Later, 28 Years Later, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead Bloodline, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Clown, Jeepers Creepers, Terrifier, Sinners, and for video game adaptations, I've seen Resident Evil Vendetta, which sucks, Exit 8, which I watched 2 days ago at the time of recording, which I honestly think that they did a really good job adapting the game. And I also watched the Five Nights at Freddy's movies, which last time I watched Five Nights at Freddy's was from when I saw the first one in theaters 3 years ago, and the second one back in December. And the last movie that I've seen in theaters was Mortal Kombat 2 at the time we did 24 Hours Together Part 1,
Yep.
which I can neither confirm nor deny, but there is the possible chance that at the time this episode comes out that I may have seen Spider-Man Brand New Day, which if I did, then there should be a spoiler-free review on my IRL channel. Or it could also be on the extra channel when it comes to my individual channels, which, speaking of, with how Demon mentioned that he got to 1K, I am, at the time of recording, sitting at 502 Twitch follows and 421 YouTube subs on my main channel.
That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. On my channel, I have about 1,271 subscribers on my main channel, and then my second channel has 15 subscribers. but I haven't been much focusing. I haven't focused much on my extra channel.
Yeah, the most of what I did on my extra channel is that I did test out some stuff for streams, like how, for example, I tested out sound alerts from Sound Alerts and Blurp, tested out my main alerts for when I get YouTube subs, Twitch follows, Twitch subs, Twitch raids, etc. And I don't and for when I get donations, I have it set up to where I would hear the "shut up and take my money" meme from Futurama, and the purge alarm is what my follow well Twitch follow and YouTube sub sound is the purge alarm for when I get one of the two. And because of the free to use alerts that I have with how it comes in different colors, I did purple for Twitch and pink for YouTube.
Mm.
And I know that I know I followed Demon a few months back from when we first met. Which,
Yeah, I made sure to shoot you a follow too. I'm such a good boy.
homie, we're not following each other yet.
I thought you were following me. I'm offended. What the fuck?
Wait,
Wait, I followed you.
wait.
I know I followed you.
Yeah, I know I followed you a few months back, but you haven't followed me back yet.
I did follow you back.
I don't. Twitch is being dumb if you're not. Which I honestly don't like the fact that Twitch can be dumb at times. And the YouTube algorithm is dog shit nowadays, which is never a good thing.
I agree.
Yeah, I see it now.
I thought I was following you. That's stupid. I know I was following you. I'm offended now. Twitch be twitching. That's
Yep.
it. I'm rage quitting.
I could tell just by the sarcasm in his voice that he was making a joke.
Rage quitting.
Yeah, you want to know something funny that I could do real quick?
What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, from like 2 days ago.
2 days ago at the time of recording.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna put up the meme.
Yeah, just do the gremlin stance on my bed. Yeah, that meme. Me when your mom woke me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good caption for that meme is I chose violence.
I always choose violence. There we go.
Alright, what's
That's
up?
better.
Yeah, name a fighting game that you play.
Xenoverse 2.
I don't have that. Fighting
Bitch.
games that I have on my Steam is Soul Calibur 6, Mortal Kombat 11, and Injustice Gods Among Us. And I haven't played Killer Instinct yet, but
You
I
should
do want to
you
when
should
it comes.
totally.
I love Killer Instinct's my favorite.
I have Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat 1, and Street Fighter 6, I think.
Yeah.
Those are the three games I have.
Yeah, you have Street Fighter 6 on your PlayStation 5, but we weren't able to play it at the time we did 24 Hours Together Part 1.
Yeah, I have Street Fighter 6 on Steam as well.
Yeah,
You should 100% download Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and play with me sometime, Oni.
the
kick
problem
your
is
fucking
I'm
ass.
broke. I can't afford it.
It's free on Game Pass.
I don't use Game Pass because I would
dare you.
rather actually own the game than play something on a free trial.
I agree with Jason on that because I
Hell
hate
yeah, virtual high five. 100%
Virtual high
agree.
because fuck renting games. I'd rather own the copy myself.
Yeah.
That's understandable. I own the game either way, but for people that are like having money troubles and they just want to pay like one fee like once a month for 1,000 games, I can understand that. Like, yeah, I do tend to buy the games I like, but I do like using Game Pass to determine if I like the game or not. Because I'm not going to spend money on a game I don't like.
That is 100% fair.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, fuck the Master Chief Collection. I love that game with all my heart, but guess what? I'm tired of that shit. I played it for too long. That's the only game I've played on my other account. I have a lot of hours on that game.
Have you
I'd
played
be
Halo
willing to
Infinite?
play with you. Fuck Infinite, especially.
I
The
have
story
been
is
enjoying
okay.
the story, bro. Fuck you.
The story is okay. I will give it credit where it deserves it. The multiplayer is dog shit. It is just as toxic as Overwatch, and people can kiss my ass.
Oh, fuck Overwatch, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly,
to use
the
an
only
example... Go ahead.
The only time I play those games is when I'm testing out PCs. Let's say if somebody say, "Hey, how much FPS does Fortnite get?" Because I get those questions sometimes on my Facebook Marketplace, even if I mention it in the description.
Yeah, I don't.
And then I tell them how much it performs in games,
Yeah.
even if I don't play those games.
Fortnite is cringe.
I agree.
Yeah,
Oh, I agree.
if anyone says that I have a controversial take after saying that, I challenge you to a boxing match. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like, it's
Yeah.
gonna
A
be a similar
virtual
thing.
one at that.
People, like, I know for a fact, like, some people are gonna go, why the fuck did he say fuck Master Chief Collection? Well, I prefer the golden days of Halo, when it wasn't a Master Chief Collection, and when we were
Fair.
toxic with honor. We would tell each other to go fuck ourselves in the worst possible ways, and with slight, not so nice things to say. And then we'd say GG's, it was fun afterwards. Nowadays, it's just hate messages.
Yeah, Call of
Take it
Duty
from a
is
competitive,
especially
yeah.
bad when it comes to toxicity. And you want to know what makes your toxicity worse? There are racist people who would say the N-word.
Oh yeah, 100%. All
Oh, yeah.
shooting games, like all competitive games nowadays, have that. Overwatch and Halo still being king. Like Overwatch is bad. With Halo being right up next to it, I kind of just said screw it last year, and I actually joined in on a Halo competition. It was actually quite chill. It was for the PGG stream team. They hosted a Halo competition. I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm really rusty and I'll play.
Yeah.
It was fun, but still, I got hate messages after it.
Yeah, when it comes to the buddies as a content creator group, it's a mixture of a stream team and a YouTube group, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to think. With the competitive game stuff, like multiplayer games, I will never touch COD. I will play through campaigns, but you'll never see me on multiplayer.
Yeah,
I did it like
the
in the
only
past
time,
7 years. I've played it twice.
yeah, the only time you'll see me play a multiplayer game for Call of Duty is if it's Black Ops Zombies.
And the only way you'll see me on Fortnite is if Razor, Flaming Razor asked me nicely.
Yeah,
That is the only way you'll see me on Fortnite, and I genuinely suck at the game.
yeah,
I don't do well with builders like that. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I haven't interacted with Flaming Razor enough. So, yeah, I'm gonna step away for a quick minute to go use the restroom. Y'all can yap
You're not allowed
about
to.
anything while I'm away.
What the fuck? You're not allowed to. Hold it in. Don't be a bitch.
What do you... How about fuck
What's that?
you?
Hold on, one sec. I'll give you a reason to stay. Where the fuck is it? Here. Merry Christmas. Damn. He already left.
And if your tits could not get him to stay, then nothing can.
Oh, yeah. No, nothing can.
That was real.
Yeah,
know,
but
fucking...
I
I'm
won't judge
actually
if it's stuffing. But yeah, sorry, Garth, what were you saying?
I said I'm saving up for my I'm saving up for my own personal PC But instead of running Windows 10 or Windows 11, I'm going to be running Linux because I hate Microsoft with a passion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I get that. The only reason my new PC is going to be running Windows is because of the task manager system it has for the Threadripper. Oh, that's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm
Other
sure.
than that,
I'm sure.
fuck Microsoft.
I'm sure you play games that has anti-cheat that wouldn't work on Linux, which is understandable. But to
Yeah.
me, I don't really play those kind of games, so if it works on Linux, then that's what I'm going to do. Since Linux has getting a lot better in terms of gaming, and I know Valve has been putting a shit ton of money towards like the compatibility layer developers called, I think it's called Proton or something like that. They that way it can turn Windows games like Windows DirectX to like Vulkan cars, the two different protocols for graphics and stuff like that.
I'm back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, honestly, until Linux gets to a better point where it allows like certain anti-cheat softwares, I'm not going to touch it. Once it starts allowing that stuff, or if somehow, somewhere, some fucking weird voodoo magic bullshit, we get a Steam OS, I'll be happy.
And yeah, I don't mess with anti-cheat stuff. I just play the games that works on it. And
Yeah. When it comes to
like,
using anti-cheats, I don't like easy anti-cheat, but it is what it is at the end of the day whenever a game
Yeah.
uses that. But Battle Eye, however, Battle Eye is a good anti-cheat.
yeah, I think GTA 5 online has Battle Eye, which I mean, I would like to play on like an online empty lobby on Linux, but since they added the anti-cheat, that's what starts to piss me off because
Yeah.
that way I can just load up a very empty lobby and I can just do some things that I would never do in real life
Yeah.
without getting destroyed by players.
Yeah. And when it comes to playing GTA 5, I honestly do want to play the community made games like, for example, Cars versus Runners
Oh,
or
yeah, no, that game's
Bikers
fun.
versus
Like,
RPGs.
I might still gotta get Windows in my next PC, like so I can dual boot from Linux to Windows if I want to.
Or do a hybrid of Linux and Windows.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like dual boot, which means one SSD has Linux and then another for Windows. So let's say if if I want to play GTA Online, I can boot to Windows and just play only games that works on there.
Yeah, I
But for
honestly don't.
everything else,
Oh.
plus every game that works on Linux, I stay on Linux
yeah.
Yeah, I honestly
until
don't know what Demon was trying to do before I dipped to go use the
Oh, I
restroom
gave
because
myself tits to make you stare at the tits and stay.
yeah, that did not work because if I didn't dip before you did, then there would have been the risk of me peeing myself, and that is not something I would want.
Yeah, especially not in front of someone with tits.
to
Yeah, yeah, it yeah, if you think about it, and here's something I want you guys to really think about. Having
Was that?
tits is a unisex thing.
Huh.
I mean, I've
Yep.
got pecs.
Yeah, pecs can count as tits if you think about it.
Mine are muscly. I can do the peck pop.
Oh yeah, in a sense they are.
Yeah.
I remember hearing. I don't know if it was actual scientific fact or if it was a meme, but I remember hearing that like all people originally like they technically start as female, but some of them become male, and then others just stay female, and that's why like females have XX chromosome and males
Yeah,
have
so I can actually
XY.
explain that because I've learned I actually did take like a genetic class. I can actually say this. In 1 year inside the womb, every single one of us start as female. Until we get the chromosomes for male, we don't we are all female. So at one point we were all chicks.
It's crazy.
And the certain amount of people, like 1 in 1,000, I think, still hold the genetics men can actually lactate.
Gotcha. And when it
Mhm.
comes to the Yeah. Do you ever have those moments to where your friends would jokingly flirt with you?
Oh yeah, we do that all the time IRL.
Yeah,
And yeah, if you hear me on stream, I'll constantly refer to Spawny as Pookie.
yeah, yeah. My friend Ruin Princess 66 would call me a snack as a way to flirt with me, which I honestly don't. Which I didn't have a full understanding on why I was being called a snack, but apparently that's a Gen Z flirt device. If you,
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
Let's see. Gen Z, in my opinion, are the kings of the cheesy pickup lines.
yeah, that's true.
Well, like for an example, I could just do this and go, "Hey, Pookie, you're such a little snack, aren't you?" And just make everyone question life.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I honestly don't do yeah, I honestly don't do that, and whenever people and whenever any friends of mine that are female fluster me, they usually get a good laugh out of it because of the reactions that they get, which I know which if they laugh at you because of your reaction, that's how you know that it's a joke.
like I've actually got a member in my community. They are my lead admin in the corner of hell, Arias. They are an Incubus VTuber. They like to flirt. They are what's called a lewd tuber, meaning they will go a little bit into the sensual side of things, not too far though,
Yeah.
but like really flirty ASMR level stuff. It's actually pretty funny.
I
I've
have
gotten
some
Arias flustered on stream.
Yeah, there are some other VTubers that I'm friends with that are the same way, and something that I think would be funny is invite a LootTuber to episode 69 when we get to that point.
You can ask Arias. Arias would probably fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah, some ideas that I was thinking of. Maple Yeah, my friend Maple Chicken, I would honestly love to collaborate with her someday. It's just more so of when is the real question, especially given the fact that she's been busy with her content. And one thing that I'm still blown away about to this day was that she collaborated with Cha Cha for Two Truths and One Lie once. I'm dead ass. It actually happened.
Like one thing as a VTuber, I've gotten to meet some pretty cool people. I joined in on the creator program thing for Twitch and got to meet a couple of the really big VTubers. And they helped give me a little inspiration and little advice on what to do and what not to do as a VTuber.
Yeah.
One of the I'm not gonna say their names out of respect, but I'll tell Oni after this.
Yeah, and to be 100% honest, from when I mentioned that I do want to share my life story in a different podcast, I know that I brought up the idea of depending on which podcast that I do want to do it on. Especially if given the fact, like, let's say, for example, this podcast has a YouTube channel for the podcast. Like, and some well known ones that I can name for an example is Trash Taste, Unsubscribe, and Clueless, as well as Distractable. I don't know if background noises was heard or not.
Tiny bit, but not bad. It
Okay.
was only for a split second.
Yeah, that was what I was worried about because I honestly do want to get some soundproofing to avoid unwanted background noises. Which that which if you ask me, that's a understandable reason onto why I do want to get some soundproofing because
Yeah.
where my screens are at as a temporary thing is where drywall is going to be installed when the time comes. And re- I'm gonna have to switch mics again.
Get fucked. What a nerd.
Who are you calling a nerd?
You.
What? Why you gotta do that to me, man? What did I do? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The fact that the headphone mic doesn't pick up as much as wanted background noises is honestly a good thing.
Or the reason I run voice mod as my main mic input when I put my mic in, because I can actually turn down the sound manually really easily. And then if I wanted to, I could just play random shit on the mic and no one will know who did it.
Yeah, like a good example I can think of. Why did that question just pop up in my head? Okay. Yeah, I re- yeah, so from when I was hanging out with my brother's friends at the time he was living in Florida, and from when we were both in high school at the time, one of them asked the question of, if your you know where was to make a sound when it gets hard, what sound would it make? And mine was the Super Mario mushroom sound.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that'd be
I
fun.
like to think we
That would be
actually
funny.
had this discussion IRL. Stupidly enough, we all agreed that mine would be "I am here, All Might" from My Hero Academia.
That would be funny. Or another one that would be funny is Doug Bradley, who is the actor of Pinhead, going, "I came."
Let's see. There it is. Man, now just imagine you're in the middle of the bedroom activities and you just hear from pants, "I am here."
That would be hilarious. Yeah, when it comes to watching anime, we were watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners last month for a watch along. John absolutely enjoyed it
Oh
from when we
yeah,
were
Edge
watching.
Runners is such a good show.
Yeah, it's
I know, right?
yeah, for a video game adaptation, let alone a part of the lore that takes place before the events of the actual game, the anime is peak. I
Oh
haven't
yeah, I
seen season
agree.
2 yet, but season 1 is peak.
Is season 2
Mhm.
already out?
Yeah, it's coming out. I don't know if it's out yet.
Okay, let's see. There it is.
And so I think if you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
Yeah, no, I already watched Cyberpunk Edge
Okay.
Runners. Uh,
Mhm.
at least the first season. If the second season came out, yeah, I didn't watch it yet. But yeah, well, I agree, it was good.
I will be watching it once it comes out. I will, like
Yeah,
immediately, if I have the time.
yeah, I honestly do want to watch the Among Us show when I have free time, because I've been hearing people say that's funny.
Mhm. Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to get to watch the Among Us show either.
Yeah, you want to know something that we should do when December comes? We should all watch the Game Awards together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be fun.
that shit would be hella fun. Which B and I have been watching the Game Awards together since 2024, which I'm not gonna lie, it's always a fun time. Especially given the fact that when you and your homies are watching a game show together and get excited for new content,
Hmm.
that absolute cinema when there's a peak announcement. Which, speaking of, when this year's Summer Game Fest was the thing, seeing Tifa come to Street Fighter 6 was the last thing that I expected. And I'm excited to
Yeah,
see Tifa come to Street Fighter 6. And I honestly do want to watch Baki so that I can, because of the fact that Yujiro Hanma is coming to Tekken 8 in 2027. We just don't know when in 2027 yet, because all that they said was early 2027, which my best guess is that it's going to be either January or February. And
I
the
know
thing,
there's I need to get caught up on that time I get reincarnated as slime fully because of the new season. I've been keeping up with Bashuka Tensei though.
Yeah, I know I sent you my anime list, but simply because of the fact that I do not remember, I can just send the link. Or I could just go all the way back. This one.
Yep.
Oh, your anime list. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, there are some takes that I have versus some that I would usually get roasted for. Like, for example, I say this with Season 1 specifically, but Sword Art Online is underrated.
No, it's highly underrated. SAO is a really good anime. Also, check your DMs really quick, Oni.
Yeah, I see. I see that. Yeah,
So fun story. I do actually have anime tattoos. I haven't shared them in the Discord. I need to actually post to get pictures taken of them and post them in the Discords. I actually for the main piece of my anime sleeve, my entire right arm is anime themed. I've got Shenron from Dragon Ball as the main piece that goes from my shoulder down to my elbow.
gotcha.
I've got Naruto in One Piece on the inside to respect. I need to get the Bleach one done to respect the Three Kings. I've got DXD reincarnated as a slime. I'm getting a Mashuku Tensei one. My goal for my anime sleeve is to get a king from each category tattooed on my arm at some point. With, the three Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece being on my upper arm, then Dragon Ball being the main piece, since everyone fucking acknowledges Dragon Ball being godfather of anime,
Yeah.
modern anime.
And from when you sent me the DM, how long do we have you for before we wrap up? Because we usually record for
15-20 minutes.
Okay, because we usually record for 2.5 to 3 hours on a casual episode.
Okay. Yeah, I apologize. I just gotta do some adult things.
Yeah, that's 100% fair. Because the Neo Nova, wait, no, the Neo Eva episode was the shortest collab episode that we've done. Which it was a hour long. Let me check the YouTube channel real quick.
But I am planning, I do plan on getting a tattoo of all the kings I've watched, from each category, ecchi, isekai, romance, and all that stuff. I want to get a tattoo symbolizing each anime I've enjoyed from each category. And of
Gotcha.
course, for ecchi, I had to get High School DxD.
Yeah. I honestly don't know on whether or not if I want to watch High School DxD because of how
Watch
degenerative
it.
it is.
Oh, watch it. It's actually, it's fucking hentai with plot.
Yeah, it's borderline not safe for work. That's
Oh, it's
what I
not
know.
safe for work. It's not safe for work. It's hentai with plot. It's actually got a pretty good plot though, but still, the tits be real.
Yeah. Episode 34 holds the record of the shortest collab episode with 1 hour and 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Oh yeah, we've surpassed that. I think.
Yeah, we did. We are 1 hour and 30 and a half minutes in.
But again, I'll have to post pictures of
Wait.
my anime sleeve because I've got 2 tattoos from DxD because I actually genuinely enjoyed that anime because it does have one of the most badass anime scenes in my opinion for some fucking reason. It's always, from what I've seen watching countless animes, Fiance agreed with me too. It's always the really pervy animes that have some of the most badass scenes.
Yeah, what anime would you say has the best opening? I'm saying Soul Eater.
Oh, best opening?
Yeah, I have 2 different answers depending on if we want to talk about new versus old. Because if it's new, the season 2 opening for Solo Leveling. For old, Soul
Oh
Eater.
yeah. Shit. For new, I would actually have to give it to either Solo Leveling or Overlord. Overlord's intro is good. And for old, I'd either have to give it to the original Dragon Ball. Yes, I'm a fucking sucker for Dragon Ball. Suck it, nerds. And then or Voltron.
All right, take your pants off.
The
I'm just
original
kidding.
the original Voltron.
I'm surprised that he didn't catch the joke that I threw at him.
I heard. One sec. I'm doing it.
Oh my god, I was making a
being-
joke. Don't actually do
becoming
it.
bikini.
Okay.
There we go.
Not where I expected it to go.
Okay, you got my pants off. I'm in the bikini. What's up, man?
And it's the barnyard one at that.
Yeah, I gotta represent the communities when I can.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you did it with the buddies if you were a member of the group, if you want to be a member of the group.
Here, I'll go purple for you. Is that better?
Yep, that's better.
Okay.
Yep.
But with animes and stuff like that, though, I'd have to, for the older animes, I'd have to give it between Voltron, the original Voltron, mind you. Yes, I watched it. Amazing. Favorite anime, period.
I haven't heard of that one.
Watch it. It's a classic. They have a new one on Netflix that's pretty solid, but it can't compare to the original.
You want to know what else is a classic? Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I would say the same case with Trigun, which between the original and the remake, they're both good, but if you want mystery and have grounded storytelling, then watch Trigun Stampede. But if you want,
I'll put that on my list.
yeah, if you want some cartoonishly funny action, then I would say watch the original. Which I honestly like the grounded storytelling when it comes to anime, which is why I do like the original, but the remake is. I'm gonna have to give it to the remake, despite the fact that it's a close call if we take both into consideration.
So, but still, either way with animes, holy shit, I fucked that up. No. I was gonna move I was moving my virtual camera over to my other monitor for a minute, and I accidentally grabbed my PNG and fucked up the placement. Oops.
That's not good.
But with the animes though, yeah, it's for new. I'm gonna probably have to give it to Overlord.
Yeah.
Between it and Soul Leveling, I'm gonna give it to Overlord. That intro is too good.
Yeah, and at some point, you should make a YouTube channel for the Game Verdict podcast.
Oh, you have one.
You do?
Yep.
Oh, send me a link. I will sub to that shit, bro.
Yeah, 1 second. Let's see.
I just saw a post on Facebook about a rumor of a GTA 6 final trailer is set to drop. The trailer's dropping this weekend.
Yeah, I honestly want to wait until it comes to show itself before I believe it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying what I just saw. That's all.
Yeah. Which, from when I mentioned the idea of inviting Demon to the buddies, I can send him a unlisted video giving the offer if he's interested. No pressure.
Yeah, no problem. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. And I'm following so many fucking channels.
I'm the same way, man. There's a good chunk of channels that I have been following, and one YouTube series that I am nostalgic for is Markiplier playing the Five Nights at Freddy's games. They're always fun to look back to.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to the idea of content creators being voice actors, I honestly think that Sean McLaughlin, also known as Jacksepticeye, did really good as the voice of Punch Up from Dispatch. And And if he would be on board for the idea of voicing a character for the Mirrorgate universe, I know exactly which one. Which he did say in his Dispatch gameplay series that he doesn't really. How can I describe this? He feels like that the idea of playing a character that's the same nationality as him feels a bit too obvious for him, which I'm pretty sure that him voicing an alien character wouldn't be an obvious idea.
There you go. They still need to upload the new videos, but
Drop the sub
and appreciate it.
anytime.
Hey, you should totally sub to my YouTube too.
Joke's on you. I already did that.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to build the YouTube. I need to actually start actively posting on there and do like individual content for it.
yeah. If you multi-stream, that would be a good way to be active
I'm too
on
lazy.
YouTube.
I'm way too lazy for that.
Yeah. Yeah, if you choose
Yeah,
to
I gotta
multi-stream,
rep the Lord of Sloth persona when I can. Don't
Yeah.
I?
the Lord of Sloth.
Yeah, I'm a lazy bitch when I can be. It's kind of a contradiction. I worked my ass off. I do all the hard work. At home, I try to be as lazy as I can.
Yeah. From when I was thinking of kill ideas for Investigator's Revenge, a good question that I've been asking myself is, if I want to go for a Terrifier-inspired approach, what would be the most fucked up way to torture someone or kill someone? Which,
Do you want me to get fucking... You want me to get brutal, or do you want me to stay tame?
yeah. I'm honestly aiming for brutal ideas, like how, for example, I have a idea to where there's a cross kill, but someone's on a cross and we could either A, use a knife, or B, use a saw to cut their chest open from the neck to the stomach.
Hit me up tomorrow.
What about like somebody trapped in a chair, like covered in like ropes, and then attacks you like a really fast car, like a Ferrari or something
You
like
want,
that.
in that case,
And
have
and
them
then
in a chair, but
hold on,
hear
hold
me
on.
out. Hear me out.
Okay.
With how you brought up the idea of having them tied up on a chair, what if they're tied up in their intestines? In their own intestines.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
seen that before.
Yep.
Oni, hit me up
Or
tomorrow. I'll share some of my ideas.
Or they could just have it stuck at a tree and then have a
Oh,
car
just hang by their
hold on, hang on.
intestines on a tree.
A car that has like a rope attached to a knife and then go zoom across the guy and the knife just hits somebody.
Yeah, if you want to see some fucked up kills, but in a creative way, watch Terrifier. Especially
That
the
is my
second.
time.
Especially the second one.
Alright.
Alright, that is my time. I'm being
Yep.
yelled at actively.
Yep.
Over text.
Yeah, it does suck that we were not able to do 2.5 hours, but you know what? We at least had fun, and that's what matters.
Yep. That's
Oh
right.
yeah, 100%.
Yep. And as for the audience at home, sorry that we were not able to do our usual times, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Thank you for watching episode 43 of the All Things Nerdy podcast. We were joined by Angel, aka Gabe the Deadfish, John, aka Blind Tech, myself, Jason, aka Samaroni, featuring Demon Lord Tank. We appreciate you all for tuning in. And to give the heads up for our audiences, Demon's channel is contained for mature audiences, so if you're under the age of 18, please do not tune into his streams. Other than that,
yeah,
that's pretty much...
100%.
Yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all that I would like to get out of the way. See you all around, and thank you for tuning in.